Hi guys. I just want to let you all know that I'm here to put out this video right now because in a little while I'll be off to do some things outside with my mom later on, including going to an early advanced free screening of the new comedy starring Halle Bailey, Ariel from the live action Little Mermaid herself, Yumi and Tuscany, also starring Reggae Sean Page from Bridgerton. So you can expect my review on that later this week. Now, before I get to that, though, I just wanted to, since we're about 1.5 months out now from the return of Star Wars on the big screen in movie theaters worldwide through the iconic duo, in my opinion, that is the Mandalorian and Grogu. I figured that now would be a good time, since there's still time left, though it seems to be slightly running short now, to call on Disney and its new leaders to rev back up the marketing for this film so they can ensure that it is a sleeper box office hit, or at the very least breaks even so that it avoids losing money. But before I get to that, I just wanted to say one thing to the leaders of Disney, specifically the new CEO, Josh DeMaro. Mr. DeMaro, sir, first off, I wanted to thank you for succeeding in a couple areas where Bob Iger has failed in your first few months as the new leader. Specifically, giving the writers, helping force the studios, if what I hear is true, to give the Writers Guild the fair deal that they want. Actually, even better, with a 4-year deal with higher health pensions, protections against AI, and much, much more. So I know people didn't believe me when I believed that you could get it done, being that you were different from Bob Iger, but I'm glad that you have. And to those who doubted me, I'd say, not cool, guys, not cool at all. This looks bad even for you now. So, yeah. So, still wish that you did a little bit more, Josh DeMaro, especially regarding Mandalorian Grogu, which I'll get to in a second. But you're warming up a bit, and I'll give you some time. But if you can get this done, I feel like now is the best time to consider maybe finding a new location to hire back old school Disney hand-drawn animators to try and make a movie for theaters with the hand-drawn animated style, and then maybe in the next potential 6 years from now. Like I said, my suggestion would be a Hercules sequel with Ron Clements and John Musker back to direct and write, but I'll save that for another time. I feel like you would probably have to wait and see how the Simpsons movie 2 from 20th Century Studios does when that comes out next Labor Day weekend in 2027. So, yeah. Anyway, so now I should probably talk about the issue that I am once again bringing up in this video for the umpteenth time, since we have only 1.5 months before release, and that's the Mandalorian Grogu. Mr. DeMaro, Miss Walden, I know I shouldn't be doing this yet, and I feel like it is maybe a bit premature to start getting a tad bit concerned, but we are 1.5 months out now, and while I do appreciate that you have marketed the film better than I feared somewhat, especially with TV spots during basketball, football, baseball, and other games, along with having that same spot shown at the Oscars, along with that hilarious bit with Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, and Grogu to help promote the Mandalorian Grogu, where Kate Hudson was scolded by Sigourney Weaver for penning him with that line from Alien 2, or no, Aliens, and then Conan O'Brien ridiculing Grogu for being unable to clap. Plus that new TV spot that showed new footage during March Madness on TNT a couple weeks ago, plus some other things. There are still some areas I feel like you should have improved on, whether they be a special trailer themed to the Super Mario Galaxy movie playing before that movie this past opening weekend, or even showing a clip from that movie during the Disney shareholders meeting last month. Even though I feel like having that movie, Mandalorian Grogu, promoted heavily at the Oscars kind of made up for that, even though I can accept that. A little slightly miffed that you didn't have a theatrical exclusive special trailer in the vein of what we got before Despicable Me 4, with this themed trailer for Beetlejuice 2 themed to that movie, and a trailer for Paddington 3 themed to Dogman in front of that movie. So still time left, and I do think you can change things up a bit, but time is running short now, and time is running out. Time is running short, so I really feel like you got to change the game now. So I'm hoping that now supposedly tickets are supposed to go on sale for this movie soon-ish. I'm not sure if that's like next week the week after to mark a month before release, or tickets on sale May the 4th for Star Wars Day. But now would be the best time to you really start revving back up the marketing for this film, because I really don't want to get concerned. But the film's only like a month and a half out, and I feel like now is really the best time to start revving back up the marketing, especially since next week is your big moment to do that by having the final trailer for that film debut at CinemaCon and then come out online either right after the presentation or the week of the Monday or Tuesday of the week of the release of that new movie, Michael, the biopic about Michael Jackson, which I think would make sense to be the first of the 3 movies, including Michael, The Devil Wears Prada 2, which you just put out a final trailer for recently, and Mortal Kombat 2, and also The Sheep Detectives a little bit, because you need to show those in front of a bunch of movies to get people to show up for that film in a 1.5 months from now, and B, that having that final trailer be out in front of big movies that attract big crowds is probably the best thing you need to do, so you can get more awareness to get people to go see that film. And I'm hoping that in that trailer you announce that you'll say tickets on sale now or tickets on sale Monday, May the 4th for Star Wars Day, to get people to show up to buy their tickets, and hopefully with a strong final finish to this marketing that made up for not terribly hated but okay-ish first teaser, a divisive Super Bowl spot, even though I feel like that was aimed at people who aren't into Star Wars, that whether that worked is a whole other story. But I feel like now, after that much better trailer you put out after the big controversial big game spot, you gotta hone in and lock in now these remaining 45 days, because this cannot go the wrong way like what happened with Solo and Indiana Jones 5, which is why over these 1.5 months left until the film comes out, you gotta lock in for this film's marketing now, because there's a lot you need to do, including now that the Writers Guild has gotten their fair deal. You gotta really push those actors like Sigourney Weaver, Pedro Pascal, even the one I'm looking forward to the most in that film, Jeremy Allen White, who's going to play Jabba the Hutt's son from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Jabba the Hutt, in this film, because I really need to see. I really want to see the actors go out in the press talking about how fun this movie is, giving a couple more plot details without revealing too much, and I really need to see Pedro Pascal on SNL in the very first weekend of May 2nd, because I feel like that can go a long way into getting people to really be more aware of this movie, especially if you have Grogu in the audience like you did at the Oscars. I was initially wanting to see Grogu dance to Despacito if Pedro Pascal had the special musical guest be Sabrina Carpenter singing a couple songs, including the first one being a special rendition of Despacito with Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee, where instead of just having Justin Bieber sing the English lyrics, it could be her in his place and Grogu dancing. But I guess my brother was right that does feel like a cringe idea compared to how the Oscars bit. So just have Grogu in the audience waving to everyone, waving at the camera with Pedro Pascal in the audience and having him say, "See, buddy, there's no Sigourney Weaver to scold you or anyone petting you this time in the audience." So there's that. Also, I really hope that you allow 1 week early free first come first serve screenings of the film in IMAX in different theaters around the country, including AMC at Lincoln Square, 13 in New York City, to really show people why that film needs to be seen in IMAX, since it kind of helped with getting people to see Send Help and Hoppers, and also Ready or Not to a degree. So there's that. And please, whatever you do not bring that film to Cannes, like what happened with Solo and Indiana Jones 5. The last thing I want to see is Mando and Grogu get thrashed by critics in the same way that film did. So it would be best for you to have the film's world premiere in Los Angeles, which I hope you live stream to the StarWars.com YouTube channel and the Disney Plus app as well, to make people see the coverage of that film and have the cast talk about how great it is as well. Because I feel like we really need a Star Wars film to have a world premiere red carpet live streamed again, so everyone can talk to the cast and crew, especially Martin Scorsese, who I'm sure believes this film is cinema. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a good script that would be able to have him be in this movie as that four-armed Ardennian named Hugo. Reference to Martin Scorsese's film Hugo, by the way. So, yeah, Josh, Dana, I really hope for these 1.5 months left, you really lock in with the promotion and marketing for The Mandalorian Grogu and do it fast, because I really want this film to succeed so Dave Filoni stars film can be made for a potential 2029 release. Thank you.